Well, hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to our next big project. It says it what it is right there. This is gonna be awesome. Let's roll that intro and we will get to unboxing the next project. Alright, so we've got a Skymaster A-10 in these two boxes. So I've never opened one of these before, I've never built one before, and I've seen a couple in person. They're going to be awesome. This is going to be a great project. Really looking forward to this. I know that I've been hinting about twins, two-engine airplane for a long time, and this is it, guys. We finally have an A-10 in the shop. So we're going to unbox this thing. It's going to be a little surprise on what scheme it is. It's nothing crazy. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to unbox the wings first. Then we'll unbox the big box. Now the big box is where the fuselage is. It's heavy. Really, really heavy. So it's going to be fun to see what's in these things. And we already have all the parts in stock for this build. We've got the Revic wing bags. We've got everything. We've got the Swiwind turbines, which are available at the lightersideofrc.com. Link down below. Yeah, everything's in stock for this airplane, which is awesome. So this is the next big project for the lighter side of RC. Anyways, let's get to unboxing this thing. Oh, and some of you made a comment about my Crocs. Man, these are the best shop shoes going. Come on now. At least I'm not wearing socks with my Crocs. Hopefully this just comes off. Yes! Alright, so we've got two wings in the box. So that's what she looks like when you open it up. Styrofoam is just in there. So looks good. There was no damage to these boxes when they arrived, which is very, very comforting. It's always disheartening, like when I built the Diamond and I went and picked it up from the FedEx depot and there was already some fork holes through the box. So anyways, let's pull these wings out and we'll take a look at them. So one of the nice things about already having the Revic wing bags here and all the other bags is we can actually just take this wing and put it right in the wing bag, which is very, very awesome. All right, so I'll just give you a couple quick shots here. So everything looks good with the wing, except there's a little bit of a crunch right there, but not a big deal. But looks good. Looks really good. One of the cool things about this plane is I think it's got the decelerators, which is like the air brake that's built into the aileron. Double flaps there. Nice setup for the gear mounting as well too. It's just a mount that goes right onto the actual wing itself. Cool shape to the A-10 wing. We'll flip that over and there she is. Very, very subtle camo scheme. Yeah, looks good. There she is. Awesome. So that's wing number one. We'll open up wing number two. All right, guys, giveaway time. All right, guys, my buddy Joe, who does my 3D printing stuff for me and also built my turbine test stand, has graciously provided something for you guys as a giveaway in this video. So here is the outline. Joe is giving away a basic turbine test stand. Now this one doesn't have the linear bearings or anything that mine has. It's a basic mounting plate system for testing out turbines. So anyways, the requirements for entering this contest: you must give the video a thumbs up, you must be a subscriber of the channel, and you're going to comment below in this video, and you're going to include the word stand, S-T-A-N-D. in order for you to be entered to this giveaway, you must include the word stand in your comment below. So thanks, Joe, for providing this for the viewers, for you guys to win this thing. And it's a cool little turbine test stand, and it's a nice solid mounting plate for testing out turbines. So one of the things with the wing tube here, it is a massive size wing tube. I think this is bigger than my Tudor wing tube, which is huge, but looks to be like maybe 40 or 50 millimeters in diameter. So just monstrous. All right, so wing number 2 is in good shape, and no marks or anything on it. And I'm just going to throw a quick shout out to Doug Boyle. He's our Skymaster jet rep in Canada here. I'll throw his information down below. Thanks, Doug, for organizing this whole plane and getting it all shipped and just making the whole process really, really easy. I know he deals with a lot of guys down in the US as well, too. So if you guys are looking for a great Skymaster dealer, do check out Doug. Again, contact information is down below. All right, guys, let's get into the big box, which is going to be the main fuselage and all the other good bits of this airplane. All right, guys, so after taking the styrofoam off, this is what we got as far as what's in the box. So there's a bunch of stuff just kind of floating around here. I see the main parts of the fuselage kind of buried in this section. So we'll take these pieces out one by one, unpack them, and just take a good look at them. All right, so let's start with the tail section here. The rivet detail on this kit so far looks really, really nice. There's a couple little areas where you can tell they filled it, but there's a lot of rivet detail on this. The hinging is a skin hinge right there. So you can see the hinge. So there's no hinge pins or anything like that hinging this this piece. All right, I think this is the cockpit. Yeah. So typical Skymaster cockpit, it's done in like a plastic, vacuum molded, so they're a little bit brittle. You just have to be careful when you're cutting this thing, but typical Skymaster stuff. Gives you the general size of this plane as well too. Like this is a lot larger scale than the large F-18 as an example, with all the gauges and stuff. So pretty awesome, and just your standard Skymaster cockpit. All right, so in here, not sure what's in here. Oh, look at that, pilot. That's cool. So not as detailed as like Warbird pilots, but it is pretty cool that it comes with a pilot. Scale-wise on the pilot, this pilot is 12 inches tall, 1 foot tall, so this would be a 1/6 scale pilot. All right, so this is our canopy glass, it looks like. Yep. Well, this is our actual canopy. So you can see our actuating system here. So nice job on the canopy. There's no hazing or anything. There's no cloudy areas. So that's the canopy. All right, so we have our standard air tanks. There's 4 of them there. We're not going to open those up, but they're there. We've got some parts here. Looks like the standard Skymaster stuff. So yeah, you've got the retract oil and air pieces. You've got all the standard hardware parts, the standard airline stuff. So yeah, just all the normal Skymaster bits and bytes. All right, now we got some landing gear. So this is the front nose gear, I think. Oh no, this is a main. So Skymaster's been doing an absolutely wonderful job on all of their landing gear, especially on the new planes like the F-18 gear. That's some of the strongest gear I've ever seen. The A-10 gear, this is the first time I've seen some in person, and very, very nice job on this. They did a great job. The air oleo system is really, really smooth. It's adjustable. You have your adjustable point right there. You can change oil, add oil, change oil weights and things like that. And then you've got the actual cylinder itself, which is a nice big cylinder. So really, really nice gear. The other thing that's cool about the A-10 is the wheels. Look at the size of those wheels. About 5 1/4 inches across. So no problem on grass fields. Rolls over everything really easy. So this is the other main wheel or landing gear setup. We're just going to leave this bagged up. It's going to be the matching one to the other side. All right, so we've got a couple equipment trays here. Skymaster Jet is engraved backwards. That's interesting. Yeah, anyways, there's a couple different equipment trays. So this is all the scale pieces, or a bunch of the scale pieces. I'm not going to open this up, but there's a bunch of antenna and doors and stuff like that in there. But that's the scale bits and bytes that come with the plane. All right, guys, the 2 fan units. These things are pretty slick from what I've seen. So these are the scale intake fans, if that's what they're called. So these actually sit in front of the engines, and they basically, when air is moving over them, they're going to start spinning, and they add the scale effect of the actual engines themselves. So pretty cool system. They're done on bearings as well too, all pre-made, which is nice. Looks like they're 3D printed as well too, which is nice. Nice looking quality. Everything spins nice and smooth on that one. So we're not going to open up the other one, but pretty slick. All right, guys, engine pods. All right. So there is the engine pods. Very, very cool. There's a bunch of things jammed in there. Now there's no latches in here. It's actually a hidden system right on the end, which is really, really nice. So you just pull that out about 1 foot, and then you have access to the engine compartment itself. It's skin hinged, and we've got a bunch of little pieces in there. We'll yank those things out and take a look at them. So I'm actually quite surprised how light these things are, and it holds the engine, obviously. So pretty awesome. This is the hot section, so there's going to be a pipe coming out of this area, just a short little one, and that's where you have access to the door. You can see when you push that wire back in, it goes all through the points here, and it goes through the guide itself too. So this is the guide, and it goes through the guide, through the guide, through. So really, really nice system, and really accurate. So pretty cool how that's made, and really, really slick. Now the engines on this plane, we are putting a pair of Swiwin 140s in this aircraft, which is a lot of engine, but you do have to keep in mind that we do fly at 3,000 feet above sea level, 3,200 feet above sea level on a normal basis, so we do lose about 15% thrust. That's why we're upsizing engines, and there's lots of guys that around in Canada that fly at that altitude that also use a 140-ish type engine, so definitely a good pair for this aircraft. All right, so we will put the hinge back in, or the pin. So really easy operation, goes in no problem because it's all guided as it goes through there. So we'll set that aside. Obviously we're doing the, this plane is the Razorback scheme. Let's open these up and see what's in here. Oh, nice. So these are some of the pylons for the ordnance, and really slick touch. these pieces right here are aluminum. So really, really nice detail on those. Very, very nice. That's pretty awesome. So ordnance mounts. I don't think that's an ordnance mount, so we'll open that up. Those are also ordnance, so we'll just keep those enclosed. I'm not sure what this is, so let's open this up and see. Oh, okay, so we've got, I don't know where these go, but they're here. And I'm not sure what part that is, but anyways, we've got those as well too, whatever they are. I'm sure somebody will comment in the video about what they are. So these are probably engine rails. Yes, so 4 engine rails for the pods. All right, so we've got the other engine pod. I don't know if there's anything going to be in there, but let's check that out. We're not going to completely unwrap this because it's going to match the other one. Well, there's some more goodies in there. So we have more ordnance mounts. That looks like pipe mounts. More ordnance mount. More pylons, I guess, is the better thing to say. This looks like it's probably gear doors. And more pylons. All right, so we got a couple things here. This is the gear cover area. I don't know if I want to take those apart. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take those apart. These are the units that fit over the wing. I don't know the name, but the gear itself comes out right there. So that's what they are. And there's obviously one for each wing. We've got the wing tube. Let's pull this thing out so we can measure it. Now that is a wing tube. My goodness, that's massive. Maybe even 50 millimeters. Yep. 50 millimeter wing tube. All right, guys, we'll open both of the rudders. It's always nice to check the quality and if there's any marks on the main parts of the fuselage. Okay. Wow. All right, so that is our one rudder. This will be our left rudder or vertical stab. It's pretty thin in this area. Like just now when I touch this, it's almost like paper thin. So very, very thin skin. The rest of it's nice and solid. Good looking mounting points. So there's one. And the right one. So again, very, very light construction on the lower section, but the rest of it is nice and beefy. No damage, everything's intact, so worked out good. All right, guys, this is the main fuselage section. It's quite amazing, actually, how small this plane can be when it comes in parts. It's quite impressive. This is the top part of the fuse. Now we've got a little bit of damage in this area. It looks like it's all limited to the hatch itself. I'll show you guys up close here. So the actual structure of the plane is quite sturdy and there's very little flex. But when it comes to something like this hatch cover, which is for the tanks, it's basically paper thin, right? So because of that, you can see that the paint has Looks like it maybe hasn't cured properly, or it was impacted and it bubbled. So anyways, that we'll probably have to touch that up, which isn't a big deal. We're just going to lose some of the detail here with that that decal. But yeah, it's a pretty thin hatch cover. Tanks are already installed, and you can see the view here of how things look inside that fuselage. So main wing tubes there. And so that is one of the two tanks. So pretty substantial tank. And we look back in the fuselage, that's what we've got back there. I see some carbon in the end there. Now that carbon joins the engine mounts or the engine pods to those formers. So we'll take a closer look as we dive into this. But nice looking tanks, good size. It looks like, if I had to guess, that's probably maybe a 3.5 liter tank. I'm not quite sure. So anyways, nice looking fuselage. Take a look all around it. And again, nice solid construction all the way through. We've got the fuse joint here, which you can see that they've painted and touched up. When they do that, they do lose some of the detail as well too. Not overly worried about that. And then we've got the horizontal stab mount there as well. So good looking main fuse. A little bit sad about the damage there, but at least it's on the hatch, not the fuse. All right, guys, and now we've got the main or front part of the fuselage. Oh, yeah. I gotta get you guys up close for this. Okay, so nice detail on the main fuse. We've got a bunch of scale details all over the place. I love this front hatch. I was kind of figuring out how to make it work, and it works based on magnets. So nice touch, Skymaster. I think there's a magnet here and here. We've got magnet top and bottom. We've got 4 pins, and it just goes clunk and pops into place. You can see all their measuring lines and everything, and this gives you nice access to the front gear. And then if you wanted to do a starting plate or something like that, the main gun, the portion of this thing, it is metal, which is really, really cool. So really nice. Doesn't spin, but that's okay. So nice looking detail on the canopy. Yeah, they did a great job. So they've already got the canopy pre-done for the locking cylinder for the air, and the front gear is already mounted. So one important note, guys, I'll throw some pictures in here. If you did watch the Skymaster F-18 build and you are building one of these things, please remember to pull your gear out. The main gear has a bunch of hidden bolts. Those are not Loctited from Skymaster as of right now. I have been in contact with Skymaster and made the suggestion that they should be Loctiting those hidden bolts. Otherwise, do not install the landing gear, because somebody gets the plane, they think they're already Loctited, they don't even know there's fasteners there, and after a couple flights or even taxi runs, those things will come loose. So keep that in mind if you are building an F-18. You guys that have been in contact with me, I have reached out to you and let you know that if you're actively in discussions with me. But anyways, just something to keep in mind. We will be pulling the gear out of this plane and going over everything as well too. They're not as complicated as the F-18 gear, but we will pull them out. All right, so that's the inside of the fuselage, guys. If you're not familiar with the A-10, it does have a non-centered landing gear, and reason for that, I think, is the gun and stuff. So anyways, here's the pipes. Very short little pipes for the rear, and but that's what's in there. Here's the bell mouths for the pipes, and I believe that is the front section for the scale cockpit. So really slick setup. There's a whole lot of glue holding that gun in, which is good, I guess. yeah, so there is the underside. We've got a nice little intake there. Do have a little bit of paint damage or a little bit of impact damage, but again, not the end of the world. And then here's a look at the other side. As I mentioned, guys, it is very, very nice to have the Revic wing bags on hand before you even unbox the plane. If I'm building a plane for somebody and they want a set of these bags, I'll try and get them here before the actual plane shows up. Again, because we can unbox all this stuff, and now we can store the wings in the bags, we can store the rudders in the bags, we can store the horizontal stab or the elevator in the bags. So really, really awesome to have all these on hand before you start taking that thing out of the cardboard box. I mean, you can always find room to stuff them, but the Revic bags are definitely the way to prevent hanger rash, and most of the damage to our planes, other than a crash, happens in transportation. So Revic wing bags are also available on our website. Best thing to do is contact us with your plane information, and we can get you a quote for the bags. Ooh, that nose is heavy. All right, guys, so that is everything for this Skymaster A-10 unboxing, and obviously our next big project on the lighter side of RC. It may take a little bit of time to get this one going because we do have the PC-21 with the Xicoy 45 turboprop to install, so that's going to be happening. We've got a little F-18 to go over, so I just wanted to get this unboxing out of the way, and so you guys would know that this project's coming. So finally we did it. We got a twin on the another twin, an F-18. I mean, we just built the F-15, but we got the A-10. This is one of those really, really cool planes that's a lot of fun to fly, a lot of fun to put together, and it's a showstopper for sure. So thanks, guys, for tuning in to this unboxing. If this is your first time finding my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a thumbs up. The subscribe button, when you do hit it, hit the bell so you get notified when I release new videos. Doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It is 100% free. What it does is it lets you know when I release a new video so you guys don't miss any of the awesome content on the channel. So thank you for all the support, and thank you for everybody that's been reaching out and buys things from my website and stuff like that. So love you guys, appreciate you, and happy flying, and we will see you in the next video.